So our objective for today, I can solve systems of linear equations by substitution. Let's read together. 1, 2, 3. I can solve systems of linear equations by substitution. So we started last week, is that correct?
Yeah.
And then you went home over the weekend and you had 3 days to do your home play, page 290. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Yay! And then you saw that you came to that one word problem and you tried to solve it, and you solved it the way you could solve it. Okay, but today I'm going to show you a different way to make sure you understand what we're looking at in regards to setting up a system of equations. Okay, so that's the last part. And also, I remember that last week, here goes a recap from last week. Last week, I had you guys fill in your FAIR model. Remember that? You did that on your own, and you came up with stuff like this, yes?
Yeah.
And then from there, we got to this part, and I said, this year, for the second semester, I'm going to try and take away steps, and you're going to have to come up with them. So an obvious question that you would ask is, how do I solve a system of equations using substitution method, which is the lesson that we were on, right? So then I said, okay, so before you come up with your steps, let's look at the process. So then I said, copy this example. You guys copy example Q. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
And then we solved it. Well, I solved it by graphing, and we said that the solution was 1, 2. And if you notice, that was from the warm-up. That's why I wanted to show that from the warm-up. And it looks like this. All right? And look at the process. Step 1, I started with the first equation. Some of you did the same thing. Step 2, we went and I got this equation. Step 3, came back to this equation. Step 4, I got this. Step 5, I needed to check, but did I only check one? No, I need to check both, right? Then at the end, if both of them were correct, then we write what? Solution. Everybody there? From there, we went to this one, example super Q. And again, I said, let's do this one together. So we solved this one together, and I said, instead of starting with the first equation, look up, I started with a second equation. Same thing, from there to here, from there to here, to here. I checked both, they worked, and at this point, what do we write? Solution. Okay? From there, example mega Q, you did that on your own. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Okay? So then you go, step 1, same thing, step 2, step 3, step 4, and then, and I did this on this side because some of you started it a different way, and I wanted to show you that it does work if you start either way, okay? But then we needed to check, and at the end, write your solution. Okay? Are we there so far?
No question.
Yeah.
Well, when you check, wouldn't you just have to check one? Because if one of them is on the third one,
But what if it's right on the first one and not on the second one?
then that wouldn't work. Because like when you plug them in, that thing would.
That's what I'm saying. How would you know? Did everybody hear that question?
Yeah.
How would you know if the point works for both if you're only checking one? Do you understand? Okay. So, now that we're there, write on your paper steps. And of course, don't write this question, but think about it. How do I solve a system of equations using substitution method? So, before we get started with the steps, think back the process, talk it over with your neighbor, let them know in words the 5 steps that you need to do in order to solve a system of linear equations by substitution. Go. All right. So let's see. On your paper, write step 1. Help us with step 1. Luis, go.
So first you're going to start by solving for either x or y.
Okay. So we do that for both equations?
No, you can choose one of them.
Okay, so let's did everybody hear that? You said solve for either x or y and one or the other equation. So how can we word that in a simple way? Solve for a variable, okay. Solve for a variable, comma. Carson, finish it up. Claire, help him out. Solve for a variable. Come on, guys. Generalize this. Ramon.
Solve for a variable. Yeah, solve for the easiest variable.
Okay. Andrew. For the easiest equation. Okay, I'll take that. Yeah, because remember we started looking at one or the other, and then the one that was the simplest one, that's the one we solved for, right? Step number 2. Yeah.
Okay, go to the problem that's not solved, and plug in the solver.
Okay. Very, very close, but give me some terminology, because you're saying go to the problem that's not solved.
Okay, go to the second equation.
Okay, go to the second equation. Go to the second equation.
And substitute the solver.
Bam. And substitute the what?
Solved variable.
Solved variable. Okay. Step 3. This is where it gets a little sketchy. Jazzy.
Then you go back to the substitution and substitute. Then substitute the variable.
Okay, hold on. Did we miss anything on step 2? It says go to the second equation and substitute the solved variable. Okay? And solved. And solve. Okay. Now, Jazzy, go.
So go back to the first equation.
Go back to the first equation.
And then you plug in the variable. You plug in the equation that you got from the second equation.
And what's another word for, and substitute the value of the variable into that equation. Step 4. Carson, what was step 4?
What's the X and Y?
So what do I write?
I don't know how to explain it. It's a solution.
Okay. Write the possible solution. In parentheses, what is it called?
X and Y.
X and Y values. Damn, Ramon. And number 5. Yeah, if you don't know this one, I'm going to send Andrea to slap people around. Dylan, go. Check. Bam. Check, that's it? Both equations. Q. You guys comfortable with that? Yeah? Make sense? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, did everybody copy that?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. I'm going to give you the next equation, and once again, we're going to do this together so we can go a little bit faster, because we need to get some word problems done. Okay? Here you go. Ready? All right. Example 1. Copy this, please. Solve the system by substitution. Y equals negative 6x plus 11. 3x plus 2y equals negative 5. Jay, read us step 1. Solve for a variable from the easiest equation. Tell your neighbor what you see right now on the board. Or on the screen, sorry. What do you guys notice? Tell your neighbor. Everybody hear that? Sonia said one of them's already solved, so step 1 is done. Do you guys notice that? Okay, so tell your neighbor what you're going to do for step 2. Go.
Substitute, solve,
So check this out. Step 2, let's do step 2 together. Did everybody see that this one's already solved for y? So we're going to substitute this into the second one, so check this out. What is y? Y is negative 6x plus 11. So on the second equation, instead of writing y, what am I going to write? Negative 6x plus 11. So we're going to write, I don't even have to write this equation down anymore. I'm going to just start 3x plus 2. I'm going to open a parentheses. What goes inside of the parentheses? Negative 6x plus 11 equal to negative 5. And then step 2 at the end, we said, oh, we need to solve it. All right, let's solve it. So distribute, so we get 3x minus 12x plus 22 equals negative 5. Ethan, what else? So therefore we get?
Negative 9.
Thank you. Continue, Cassidy. Subtract 22 from both sides. Thank you. Negative 9x equals negative 27. Then we divide by negative 9. X equals 3. All right? It's what do I do from there? Step 3. Bam. So go back to the first equation. Y equals negative 6x plus 11. And substitute the value of the variable, okay, this value of the variable into that equation, okay? So this is y equals negative 6. And in parentheses, what do we write? 3 plus 11. Y equals negative 18 plus 11. Y equals negative what? 7. So step 4, Carson?
No. Possible solution.
Possible solution, which is? 3 negative 7. That's our possible solution. So, everyone, step 5.
check for both equations.
Check for both. So that I'm going to write y equals negative 6x plus 11. I'm going to write the other one underneath because it doesn't fit right there on the side. 3x plus 2y equals negative 5. So this is x, this is y. So x is 3, y is negative 7. X is 3, y is negative 7. So let me bring everything else down. The equal, the negative 6 times 3 plus 11. So negative 7 equals negative 18 plus 11. Negative 7 equals, negative 18 plus 11 is negative 7. That's true. This one bring down the 3 times the 2 times equals to -5. So this is 9 minus 14 equals -5. Is -5 equal to -5? Yes. So then we write what? Solution. Show me with the fingers how comfortable you are with these. Got some 4s, 5s, 4s, 5s, 5, 5, 5s, 3, 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay. Some of you need a manicure already. Got your nail polish already all messed up. All right, here we go. So, we got this? Yes? All right, let's go to a word problem. Here we go. Yay. Copy this down, please. Example 5. Copy it in the back so we can have space. It says, example 5. Liz is deciding between 2 cell phone plans. The Verizon plan has $75 sign-up fee and a cost of $100 per month, and the KT&T plan has no sign-up fee and costs $125 per month. Be nice. Write a system, solve it, and interpret the solution. If Liz has to sign a 2-year contract to get a free iPhone 7 Plus, which plan will be the best option? Explain. Write that down, please. What? What? It's another company, KT&T. Oh my goodness. Just write it down. What? What do you mean?
That's why instead of writing Q-Ryzen, you said Q-Ryzen.
That's the best company right there. Verizon. You guys remember when we introduced expressions and functions with vending machine? What was the name of the company? Q Fresh. Bam. Wow. My goodness. Everybody done?
No.
My goodness, come on, tomatoes. Yeah.
You know what would be the best thing ever? To like have a ringtone that it's just when somebody calls me, it's just you saying that.
Bam. Oh, how about the no. No? Okay, never mind.
The band portion.
The what?
The 99 Q.
The 99Q store. That's true, huh? Q bargains. Yeah, that's a good one.
I copyrighted it.
Wall circle.
Circle Q. I like those. Yeah, those are good ideas.
Dollar kick.
No.
Dollar cute, no. All right, here we go. So once we're done with this, let's, read it one more time. Here it goes. It says, Liz is deciding between two cell phone plans. The Q Rising plan has a $75 sign-up fee and a cost of $100 per month. The KT&T plan has no sign-up fee and costs $125 per month. Write a system, solve it, and interpret the solution. If Liz has to sign a 2-year contract to get a free iPhone 7 Plus, which plan will be the best option? Explain. All right, here we go. So this is going to go pretty fast. So let's first write cubed. Let's cube this problem. Here we go. So first thing, we're going to circle important numbers. $75 sign-up fee, $100 per month, $125 per month for this one. Underlying the question or what they're asking us to do. What do they ask us to do? To write a system, solve it, and interpret the solution. Also at the end, which plan is the best option? From there, let's box keywords here. Okay, so first we start with Liz. That's important. She needs to decide between what? 2 cell phone plans, so that's important. One of them is Q Rising, the other one is KT&T, and that one plan has no sign-up fee. That's important. Let's go to exclude anything else, and let's draw a table here for D. Draw a table. So how many? It's one person, but is the focus her? No. What's the focus? The two cell phone plans. So you draw 2 lines down, 1, 2, 1 across. The first column I'm going to label Q. The second column I'm going to label K, and at the end I'm going to label total. All right? Here we go. So let's write. They're asking us to write a system, which means it has to include what variables? X and Y. Okay, so let's start with Q Rising. I'm going to use red for Q Rising. So how much do they charge from the very beginning? $75. So right from the get-go, it's plus 75. How much is the cost per month? 100. But since we don't know how many months, what do we write? 100x. So this is almost an equation, right? To make it an equation, what do we write? Equal to what? Y. There you go. I'm going to go to blue, and I'm going to do KT&T for blue. How much do they charge from the beginning? No sign-up fee. But how much per month? 125. Since we don't know how many months, it's going to be 125. And to make it an equation, it's equal to what? Y. All right? So let's write our system right here. Y equals 100x plus 75, and Y equals 125x. Did we write a system already? Yes. Now let's solve it. We know 2 ways of solving that. We can graph it, or we can use substitution. Is that correct? So let's see. What is step 1? Solve one of the equations for one variable. What do you guys notice? Both are solved. So check this out. What is Y on this one? 100x plus 75. So on the second one, instead of writing Y, what are we going to write? 100x plus 75 equals 125x. All right? Claire, what do you do from there? Subtract 100x from both sides. Thank you. 75 equals 25x. Our last step, everyone? Divide by 25. Divide by 25. 3 equals x. What does the x represent? Months. So months. Let's label that so we won't forget. Okay, so we got x done. What's our next step, everyone? Substitute into one of the 2, right? Since we started with both of them, we started with the first one, let's go to the second one. So y equals 125x. Instead of x, we write what? 125 times 3. Y equals 3 times 5, that's 15, 6, 7, that's 3, that's 375. And what does the Y represent? The total cost? Cost, or just put money sign? So what is our solution? 3, comma, 375. Let's interpret this. What does the 3 mean? Month. And the 375? Monies. So what does this mean, though? And 3 months, both of them cost the same, which is how much? 375. So therefore, what would we need to do in order for Liz to know which plan to go with? Since we already have the equations, instead of substituting 3, what do we substitute? Now, in 3 months, they're going to be costing the same, right? So what do we need to substitute instead of 3? What do we write for X?
4 years.
4. Let's go to 4 to see which one's going to be more expensive, right? So, home plate for tonight. Page 291. I'm collecting that tomorrow. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy your home plate. Today I have a meeting in the front, so no tutoring. I'm going to upload the video at the end of the day. If you need to revisit, have a good one. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.